dolls, the hair that I'll be using in this video is from March Queen Hair. They sent me a 13x6 frontal and 3 bundles, a 20, 22, and 24 inch. For this tutorial, you will need a dome wig cap, a needle and thread. You'll also need a hot glue gun and some glue sticks. I got these black glue sticks from Amazon for under $10. Alternatively, you can use the regular glue sticks. I literally got these from the 99-cent store along with the glue gun. Since we are making a removable lace wig, you will need a lace frontal as well as some bundles. Now, to make this wig, I'm going to be using my canvas head. I have this in a 22 inch, which is the size of my head. Now, you can also use a foam head. However, I do recommend the canvas head because that ensures that when you make the wig, it will be fitted exactly to your head size. So to get started, we'll first want to put the dome cap on the mannequin head. Now, this is a standard 13x4 inch frontal. This is the standard size that most frontals come in. However, this is the frontal that I was sent from March Queen. As you can see, it's much larger than the standard frontal. So they said it was 13x6, but honestly I measured it and it's 13x7. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to fit a standard frontal on the mannequin head. Now, if you're using a foam head, I do advise trying the wig cap on and marking its placement while wearing it. So I pulled the frontal down about an inch in front of the wig cap, and then I took my T-pins to mark its placement in the back. Some people like to use a marker to mark its placement, however, the T-pins work just fine for me. To mark the size, you want to use the ribbon on the side of the frontal as a guide and pull it taut until it reached the end of the wig cap. I'm going to repeat that same process on the other side, marking it where the ribbon ends with the end of the wig cap and using the T-pin to hold it in place. Now you'll notice that the frontal is flat and very flush along the wig cap and ready to be sewn. Now, this is the only part of this tutorial that requires sewing. However, if you cannot sew, you can hot glue the frontal down. However, I do prefer to sew it just to ensure that it's nice and secure and in place. I start sewing from the middle to the end of one side, and then I repeat that process on the other side. Now, before we begin with the hot glue gun, you'll want to put a plastic bag or some type of plastic underneath the wig cap to make sure that it doesn't stick to the mannequin. Now, this hot glue dries pretty fast, so we'll want to apply it in little short sections. Now, I'm not going to be cutting my wefts. I really don't believe in cutting wefts as it leads to excessive shedding. So I will be doing the fold around method. So as you can see, what I'm doing is just applying short little sections of the glue and pressing the weft against the glue to make it stick. Then when I come to the ends, I'm going to just simply fold the weft and continue the process in the other direction. And now the only time I'm going to be cutting the wefts is when we get to the top of the wig, and I only do that just to make sure that the wig lays really flat and it's not bulky. So this process is the same process we use to make any wig. The only difference is instead of sewing, we're actually using this hot glue. And I actually prefer this over using some regular wefting glue because that glue is really messy and it doesn't hold pretty long. This hot glue is very strong and your wig will actually last you a pretty long time. Initially, you'll see when I started doing this, I was pressing it down with my fingers. However, that hot glue does get pretty hot and it did start burning my fingers, so I would suggest, you'll see that later, I begin just using the end of a comb to press it down, and I think that way is a lot more easier and will prevent you from burning your hand. Now, if the hot glue does get on your hair or on your hand, don't worry, because if you just rub your fingers together, the glue will slide right off. Now, since this is an extremely large frontal, I'm not bringing the tracks to the very end just yet, just to prevent any bulk from happening. I'm more so laying the tracks in the middle of the wig cap. As I got towards the middle and the top of the wig, I began doubling the tracks. I laid them one at a time. I just simply continued applying the glue and then laying one track and then laying the other on top of that. And since I am nearing the top of the frontal, I at this time began bringing the weft all the way to the end of the wig cap. So I'm just gonna lay it with some glue and then I will cut the weft at the end. This process in total took me about 30 minutes. It will vary depending on how many bundles of hair you use. Since I did have a fairly large frontal, I was only able to fit a little over 2 bundles onto the wig cap. You want to use a single weft when gluing down the last track, just to ensure that it lays flat on top and there is no bulk. Since this is a 13 by 7 frontal, my part comes all the way to the middle of my head, so it really doesn't matter. However, if you are using a smaller frontal, you want to make sure those last few tracks are really flat so that there's a seamless transition from the frontal to the wefts. Now it's time to cut the excess wig cap off of the wig. I apologize, I was out of frame when I did that. However, it is the only part of the wig cap that is not glued down. And then we're going to simply cut out the elastic band part, because we're going to use that and sew that on the inside of the lace, and that is what will allow the wig to lay flush and flat on the head. I also added in a few wig combs, and this is just going to let everything lay flat if you don't feel like gluing or gelling the wig down. As I mentioned, you can see my part goes all the way back. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about this frontal because this is going to allow me to try a lot of different hairstyles that requires parts to go just a little further back than the average frontal. So I added a little bit of flexi rods to the hair to add some curls. If you want to see how I lay my wigs, please watch my install video. I'll be sure to link that up top as well as at the end of the video, and it'll also be in the description box down below. Now right here I'm going to just add a little bit of baby hairs to this wig. As you know, the point of the baby hairs is to just kind of make the transition from the wig to the skin a little bit more seamless. Yeah, so I kept it a little light. I didn't want to add too much baby hairs because I knew that I would be wearing this hair down. So the hair curled pretty well with the flexi rods. As you know, the flexi rods usually curls the hair pretty tight. It should loosen up in a little bit. And this is the final look, dolls. As you can see, it's a nice install. I could have added a little bit more baby hairs on the left side of my head, but overall I think it turned out pretty good. Well, dolls, this is the final look. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if this is your first time visiting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you know when I launch my next videos. And until next time, as always, you guys stay blessed, and I will see you on my next video. Take care now.